Jujutsu Kaisen has taken the anime world by storm, and it looks like it's not going to slow down anytime soon. As the Shibuya arc ends, an even more intense and thrilling arc is coming to town, and there's going to be a lot more death and destruction that comes our way. And who's in the middle of it all? Yuji Itadori, Jujutsu Kaisen's main character. And despite all the hate and all the controversy and all the backlash, I stand on my opinion that Yuji Itadori is a good main character, and in this video, I'll explain why. Well, before I 1 verse 100 all of you, I want you to know that he wasn't even Jujutsu Kaisen's main character in the first place. You see, before the main series came out, we had Jujutsu Kaisen 0, and the character that started in it was no other than Yuta Okkotsu himself, the Queen of Curses owner. But because the series became so popular, Gege decided that he would make a longer series and base it on Jujutsu Kaisen 0. And who did he choose as the main character? No, it wasn't Yuta and it wasn't Gojo, but he chose Yuji, and it was for a good reason. We know that even in the manga right now, Yuji technically has no amazing feats, no revealed curse technique, and no domain expansion, and just gets beat up 90% of the time. However, I think that's what makes it good. You see, most main characters in the anime are outright overpowered or just pathetic. You rarely get to see an MC that can be found right in the middle area, and that's because if the MC is just meh, the show instantly gets boring. But that's not what happens in Jujutsu Kaisen. As of right now, Yuji barely has any screen time, and yet things just get even more exciting when he does arrive. Well, the hype goes from 10 to 100. I mean, back in season 1, every single time Yuji was fighting, he was either popping off or having the most emotional and heartfelt moment the entirety of Jujutsu Kaisen has ever produced. And that's awesome. What makes a good main character is not the amount of time they have on screen, but the impact they give to the overall plot in the series as a whole. I mean, remember when Naruto was on that crazy training arc when Pain attacked, he arrived at the last moment to save Konoha. That was an amazing scene, and Yuji does this almost perfectly. In his fight against Mahito, the moment he got control of his body after Sukuna destroyed Shibuya, and even his involvement in the final battle, it felt like Yuji truly had an amazing role to fill, and it's not every time that role is needed, but again, when it does appear, it's just awesome. Another thing is that Yuji actually feels human, similar to some main characters being overpowered or just being a wimp. There are some emotionless main characters, and then there are main characters that just care way too much. And then there are perverts, which we won't talk about. One example of an emotionless MC is Ayakane Koji from Classroom of the Elite, while the opposite of an MC that cares too much is Deku, because my man still tries to cure the trauma of a man who wants to turn the world into dust. But Yuji isn't like them. He sticks to that gray line and is still lovable and relatable. Sometimes he just wants to save innocent people. He can even still feel some sympathy for curses, while in some situations, he does not hesitate to kill, and even outright said that he wanted to kill Mahito on multiple occasions. That gives Yuji more depth and makes him feel more human than most people we know. He's got natural reactions to situations that deserve those emotions. And if he's angry, my man will try to chase you to the depths of hell. And if he's happy, he's like your cousin on Thanksgiving dinner that just wants to play with you. And lastly, Yuji's a good main character because he's Jujutsu Kaisen's main— just kidding. It's because aside from all the depth and his impact, there's also his mysterious backstory. Admit it or not, at the start of the series, we don't actually know what Yuji did or his heritage. Aside from that, he's extremely powerful. As the series goes on, bits and bits of his story and true self are being revealed, and it's awesome to see us slowly unravel a character that the focus of the entire story was on all this time. I mean, heck, right now we all know that his mother was Kenjaku. He has some connection to the soul, and he's a prodigy who literally learned reverse curse technique just a month before his battle against Sukuna. This means there's more to him than meets the eye, and it just makes him that much more interesting. I mean, we know Gojo's backstory, Yuta's backstory, heck, we even know Maki's backstory, but we never had a glimpse at Yuji's childhood. We don't even know what happened to his dad. All we have are hints that point to the bigger picture, and as time goes by, those little hints become even more significant. It's like when you're painting, right? Small strokes start your process, but at the end you're left with a scenery that's captivating. That's basically Yuji's character writing. Now, I know these 3 points might not be enough for you, but trust me, when the series finally reaches its final chapters, you'll know that everything I'm saying here just makes sense. So that's my take on why Yuji is a good main character. Comment down below your opinion on this topic because I'd love to have this discussion with you guys. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more videos like this one. But before you go, have you ever wondered if Nobara is dead or alive? Click on this video to find out.